How you doing, everybody? My name is Kevin Smith. Welcome to another episode of Consequences of Decisions Made. Today we have L.A. Campbell. How you doing today, L.A.?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
L.A. is a member of our church. He's grown up with me. It's a blessing to see how far he's come. I'm going to let L.A. share a little bit of his story and show how God has brought him so far.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, L.A.
Yeah, for sure, man. My name is L.A. Linnell, born and raised in Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
I went to Roosevelt, graduated class of 2012. From then, I went to IUPUI, received my bachelor's degree in exercise science.
Okay.
Didn't start out that route. I started off as an engineering major, but God led me in a different direction in the middle of my college career.
Okay.
I went on to get my master's degree in physician assistant, graduated in class of 2022.
Okay.
Was one of the first black males to graduate from my program.
Wow.
Went on to get my doctorate from Butler, and now work as a physician assistant at Midwest Express Clinic, treating acute and chronic diseases, managing a whole lot of things, doing procedures, and I just walking my purpose right now.
Okay. I'm very glad God has brought you a long way and brought you to your purpose. But let's talk about along your way. What's some of the positive influences that you had in your life, LA, that kind of helped mold you and help keep you on a steady, good path?
Yeah, man. I had like a number of positive influences that have impacted my life, which led me to where I'm at today. I definitely want to say like my family, my mother, my stepdad, my sister, they all like instilled the importance of having good value in your life.
Right.
With that being said too, they just kind of shelter me with love, which is important for everyone to have have that love from others. And then just encourage me, encourage me like during times where I didn't feel like getting enough to study and just kind of felt defeated from just life in general.
Right.
I feel like they was good at that,
Okay.
Also, like being raised and being brought up in church, that definitely instilled, a better perspective of life for me, and and built up on my faith.
Okay.
And then I would say lastly, just life experiences, like those significant moments, like in your life that kind of help build you up and build your character up.
Right.
I think those was like really important for me. Like those influences, like it's like no other, because what someone else may go through, it may be different from your walk of life.
Right.
So that has taught me like resilient, and then just how to grow as a man.
Right. Okay. So you say family is a big part of how you turned out, and God as well.
Yeah.
So at what age did you think you learned the importance of God and having Him in your life?
Yeah, I want to say from a young age. Since I was very young. Like I said, I was raised in the church. My family brought me in, and I want to say like when I really decided to like walk in that faith alone on my own, I had to be like preteens. I had to be like in middle school.
Okay.
I got saved like around 14 years old.
Okay.
And I honestly, it's been up from there, just kind of relying on God and kind of trying to remain as faithful as I can, even though like we all have different walks of life and
Right.
all the challenges that come with that. I feel like it started from a young age, but I want to say around 14 years old, that's when I really, took it serious.
Okay. Now, did you ever at any point see your life going in any other direction? The streets, it's all kind of trouble and things to get into at a young age when you're not involved or you don't have things to do. Did you ever see your life at any point going in that direction?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Because like I said, I had goals in mind. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted something better for myself. My mom, I was raised in a single parent household for most of my life, and that gave me a drive and a hunger that I feel like made me want to look the opposite way.
Right.
I was authentic to myself. I was real with myself, and I knew that I knew myself better than anyone else.
Right.
And I knew that God had a direction for me, and I kind of stayed clear on that direction.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that I didn't have any pitfalls. I didn't fall into like influences. We all do, but
Right.
my integrity was high, and I wanted to stay focused on my goal, and on my path to walk my path that God had planned for me.
Okay. Now we see you doing amazing things in your career, LA. Do you feel like there's more that you want to do as far as elevating, or are you set and you think this is your purpose that God has, has for you in your life?
Yeah, man. I always say, I'm always have something up my sleeves. I always try to elevate and expand as a person, as a man, as a PA. So I don't think that I have a lot of things I want to plan for myself. One day I hope to open up my own business and my own clinic.
Okay.
I want to get more into like functional medicine or integrated medicine, and that's just a type of medicine that you try to treat the body as itself, like as a whole person,
Gotcha.
instead of like someone coming into the clinic and they're like, I have high blood pressure. Instead of getting on medicine, we try to figure out what's really going on with their body to cause a high blood pressure.
Right.
So I've really been focusing on that, and just like really like expanding my skills.
Okay.
Trying to get into a number of things in the PA field. Like I said, I got the highest degree that I can get,
Right.
but it's just continue to learn and like grow my skills and expand it.
Okay. Did you ever at any point in your life, LA, have a make or break moment where you feel like your life could have went in any direction?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think we all do. Like I said, I was the first generation college student, so I was the first in my family to go to college.
Right.
With that, I feel like I had like a lot of challenges with that.
Right.
When I went to IUPUI my freshman year, it felt like I was just dropped in the middle of nowhere, and like was told to like navigate my way on my own. Like I said, that came with a lot of challenges within itself, and I found myself, not being happy. Like I wasn't happy at all. Started to like anxiety and mental health issue was not at the best. My first couple of years in college. At the time, I was an engineer student, and it was just something in my heart. Like I was not feeling it.
Right.
It just didn't feel right. I was doing good in my classes. But it just didn't feel like something I was passionate about.
You feel like your purpose. Yeah.
Exactly. I ended up like started focusing on me, my mental health. I started focusing on my exercise and my diet, and then like I just had like a new profound vision. I felt like I found my purpose. When I started to get more into the health and wellness.
Okay.
And that literally what made me change my degree. I was a junior in college, so I was kind of later on, in my field. But I just knew that engineering wasn't for me.
Right.
And I found what was, I found my purpose.
Gotcha.
From then, I had changed my major. I remember I went to my counselor office. I'm like, I'm changing my major.
Right.
Like, I don't care how long it's going to take me to get this degree, but I'm going to get it.
Right.
And then from there, from that point on, like my mental health got better a lot, And it could have been so easy to give up, It would have been so easy just to give up and I'm throwing in the towel.
Right.
But I didn't, and I'm glad that I went through that experience because it taught me like the value of perseverance.
Right.
It taught me the value of like remaining faithful,
Pretty faithful, yeah.
Exactly, man. So there was a lot of moments like I was just praying like, God, I don't know what direction to go.
Mm-hmm.
But he ultimately led me the right way, and I'm glad that he did. And I'm glad that he put health and wellness just in me,
Right.
That was that turning point for me, for sure.
LA, with some of the things that you're facing in your career today, how does that keep your faith alive? How does your relationship with God, you're saving lives and you see people make it through, so many traumatizing circumstances, and how does that, keep working towards your faith?
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's just to get straight to it. Like, I know I don't want to be in that position. I see a lot of chronic diseases every day. Mm-hmm. Diabetes, hypertension, array of things. That's something that I know, God have provided me with, the knowledge and all the skills to learn itself so that I can help others.
Right.
And I believe that that's one of my main purposes of my career, educating.
Right.
Educating, letting them know that, health is wealth,
Mm-hmm.
This disease is not who you are, and I think that remaining faithful and kind of keeping you can take medications,
mm-hmm.
but also there's other avenues you can take as well, you can start, you can start taking herbs, you can start looking into meditation, you can start looking at ways to lower your blood pressure that's outside of the medicine.
Right.
So I think within that, God just gave me the tools and the perseverance to kind of persuade my patients and talk to them like they're like any other person,
Right.
And then just kind of remain faithful, these diseases again, they say it's chronic, mm-hmm. but it can be reversed,
Right.
And then just believing in that and knowing that you are more than your disease and kind of helping patients navigate through that.
Okay. So everybody, we had LA, he's, told us the importance of, one, having God in your life. Two, he showed growing up in the area that we grew up in, as long as you have faith in God, and as long as you have goals and you set goals for yourself, you can become anything that you want to be. Now, I want to open up for the audience to see if we have any questions. Anybody that's visiting today?
Yeah, I have a question. LA, what are some of the incidents that you've experienced on your job where you knew that this is why God put me here?
Man, I feel like I have an instance every day, honestly. Patients come in, I've been experiencing this symptom for 4 or 5 months. I did this number of tests. I'm still feeling the same way, I think digging deep into what I was taught in school, one of the main things they taught us is something called differential diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
So try to dig deeper into what's really going on with this patient, just kind of being the listening here, we all just need sometimes just somebody to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's a lot of times that's how I am with my patients, I just kind of try to talk to them and trying to help alleviate their stresses,
Right.
because they can be exacerbating their symptoms. And I think that's really important, just having that conversation with my patients, relating to them as much as I can. And then, going to work every day, before I go to work, just praying, praying God lead me in the right direction. Every patient I see, that's either the conversation we have,
Mm-hmm.
the treatment plan I give them, just relying on God for those type of things.
Right.
That's good. That's good. Is there anything you can say to a young person or a young man that may be listening to give him encouragement about being able to achieve goals and dreams he thinks are beyond him?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I kind of mentioned earlier, you know yourself, you know what you want in life. You may have a lot of distractions, you may have a lot of pitfalls that you're going through, but I always say that's just only a test for your testimony. That too shall pass. God have a plan for you, despite if you know it or not. Just stay, remain faithful. Put people in your life that's going to help build you up, and continue to stay on track. Ask God for whatever track that may be. Ask God for His direction, because He won't steer you the wrong way. And then just going to your reading the Word and just staying encouraged with that as well. Because we all gonna have downfalls. That's inevitable.
Right.
But it really depends on your faith. Your faith. Those moments gonna build up your faith, and I think that's important. Your perspective of life gonna change significantly from that point on. And then when you start to experience God power, it's a whole nother ball game. I personally remember the first time I had experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
I was vividly praying for His Holy Spirit,
Right.
to come into my life, and I wanted to experience it. And I remember praying for a month straight,
Right.
for His Holy Spirit to be baptized with that. And I remember vividly, I was sleeping. I was sleeping, and I was praying in my sleep. And in the middle of the sleep, I just got this overwhelming power on me. It was bright lights and everything just kind of overshadowed me.
Okay.
At that time, I couldn't move, I couldn't speak. I was just there, I was just there. And slowly but surely, I seen a lot of colors, and the lights started to fade away. And then at the end, it looked like an image of a shadow of a face.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that went away, and then I was able to open my eyes. And I was like, what was that? That was an overpowering experience.
Right.
But it taught me, it made me realize that, God is real.
Gotcha.
And then there's nothing or no one that can influence me otherwise.
Right.
So I just kind of say, just keep your faith up. Know that your circumstances will change, as long as you can keep God first.
Right. All right, everybody. Well, the consequences of decisions made, and then we always ask, was it worth it? So your consequence, the decisions you made in your life, LA, you chose to keep God as the head of your life. You chose to go down and follow your dreams and have a great career path. Was the decisions you made in your life worth it?
Yeah, man, 100%. I don't see myself going in any other direction. I'm glad for all my experience I have went through in life.
Mm-hmm.
It led me to this moment, and I don't see any other way, man. So definitely, all the consequences definitely worth it.
Okay. Well, we thank you for coming out, LA. Thank you all for viewing, and we'll see you next time.